Hey adventurers, welcome to the crew. I'm Silo Agenda, and this is my Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. In last episode, we fought our way through most of Cayron's Scar against the army of Eyeless, and we're now about to head into the moon fragment in the center to finally put an end to this invasion. In we go. Okay, water in here. A lot of gems and such. What the hell was this moon made out of anyway? Oh no. Crackling. Columns of water rise up from the pool in front of you, shifting and writhing, whipping hair around them in a vortex. Oh. This can only be Andra's hair, appearing before you at a fraction of the size typically reported by mariners unfortunate enough to encounter them on the high seas.
You have done well to have come so far. I confess I was not certain you would make it.
Andra, your hair looks a lot like a kraken, but I'm glad it isn't.
But I do not wish to give false hope. The greater challenge remains in front of you.
Well, didn't expect it to be easy.
Running through the core of this rock is a large growth of crystal. You will know it when you see it.
Okay.
A blow to the crystal would reverberate through the walls of this place. Strike it enough and the entire structure would crumble. The Eyeless would be buried.
Let's see.
Of course, it would take a person years to cause enough damage.
But not if I got an eyeless to hit it?
Then you know what must be done. Strike the crystal with Obsidian's hammer. The Eyeless will wake and come to its call. Join in striking the crystal.
And then I get buried with them?
They will cluster together and bury themselves. I have realized it is best that they should be ended, for within each of them is a small piece of Obsidian himself. Upon their deaths, those fragments and the memories they contain will be safely dispersed.
Alright.
I had not considered the dangers of allowing them to persist, until a watcher appeared at my abbey.
Okay, what aren't you telling me?
A single strike upon the crystal will not be enough. The Eyeless respond only as long as the hammer rings.
Yeah, that's what I figured you weren't telling me.
You will need to remain until their work is complete, wielding the hammer until the walls come crumbling down.
So, I'm gonna die here. That's what you want me to do.
Your sacrifice will be mourned, but your fate is already sealed.
Gee, thanks, Andra.
The Eyeless cannot be reasoned with or fled from. One day not far from now, they would kill you and level the Deerwood.
That's nice.
You have seen what they will do. This is the way you can stop them. And the truth is that you are marked by the Eyeless for a reason. It would be better for all if the things you have seen were forgotten.
Yeah, you would love that, wouldn't you, Andra?
Ain't that convenient?
Yeah, that's real convenient. I'm with the devil on this one.
Maybe we should just hang ourselves.
That's a cheery suggestion, Ader. I'll bear it in mind.
A clean slate for us and the world. Maybe that's not such a bad thing.
Uh-huh. No dying. The watery columns drop all at once back into the pool, sending up a small splash. The pool settles, and looking down into it, you see only the faces of you and your companions, alone and condemned. Yeah, that was not cheery. Maybe there's a way out of it. You're Eyeless. Oh, found the Eyeless. Hi, buddy. Not work down here. What a tragedy. They are blasting the hell out of Zahwa, though.
That's not very helpful.
It's absolutely hysterical that that works on the Eyeless, honestly. Well done, Hater. know what he was charging up for, but I don't like it. But he's dead. So, well, I say it's not a huge map, but if it's labyrinthine enough, it could be. Oh, Zahwa, that looked like it hurt a lot. Okay, we got a hammer and 2 stone piercers. The good news is, hey, what's up, Bush? Okay, probably time to break out the magic again. It's kind of hard to hit him with that. Let's go for this. Zahwa, Cage? Really? Alright, stand back and keep the path clear. What the hell just happened to you? Okay, fire doesn't work. That doesn't work. I guess let's try Death Ring. Olaf, maybe you just, The ice spell works, but only if... Okay, that worked, to be fair, in the sense that it at least didn't take damage. Frost spell works only if I can not kill all the companions in the process.
It's no use!
The devil went down!
Stand together! That's it!
Let's try just killing both of them off, maybe? Holy cow, that one was a good hit. One of those just did like 300 damage or something, I think.
Fitting end.
Just ate her again, as usual. That worked. Oh, that hurt. Yeah, we gotta get the other one distracted very quickly, or we're gonna have troubles. Alright, big troubles.
Lavaru beyond sea!
Fortunately, I can't spam this frost damage that much.
Lavaru.
Oh, that's not good.
How may I help? Lavaru beyond...
One here has to be almost dead, right? Yes.
Leave it to me!
Alright, get up there. Olaf, you start assaulting it.
Lavaru beyond...
What was that?
Brith Uligna!
That just does not do much
That's not
damage.
very
Let's go
helpful.
for this.
Lavaru...
That does damage, it's just kind of wasted on a single target. Let's see, if I can get close enough to cast this and it actually hits, that actually does work pretty nicely. Let's not, please. Does this work on Eyeless? No, they are super immune. Okay, kind of figured as much.
Rift.
That's right, I thought this worked, didn't it? Yeah, it does reasonably damage at least. Okay, that's those 3 Eyeless downed.
I'm here.
Only cost us most of the party. Most of our spell slots. Gods only know how much further there is to go. We're gonna have to rest. So here is my concern. If it's sufficiently labyrinthine, we could have a bad time. Judging by claw marks and scales around the edge of this pool, you believe it's regularly used by Lagafaith. You see something shimmering in the depths of the frigid, murky water. Well, as per usual, Ader is our man for diving into things where nobody should dive into. Ader dives in and immediately feels the cold bite of the water. The water's calm, but a person with a weak constitution will suffer greatly if submerged for more than a few moments. Good thing he's got a strong constitution. Dive, Ader, dive. Ader shrugs off the intense cold and dives towards the light glinting in the murky depths of the ice cave. Ader quickly recovers a cache of Lagafaith treasures, including a variety of coins and a set of surprisingly well-preserved plate greaves. Unfortunately, the disturbance of the horde was observed by a pack of Lagafaith that are swimming over to investigate. Hiding from the Lagafaith will be difficult, but attempting to outswim them would require phenomenal athletic ability. Got silver and plated greaves. Well, he's better off swimming than hiding. He's got no stealth. Ader confidently launches off the bottom of the ice cave. Even with the Lagafaith's treasure under one arm, Ader manages to easily reach the surface ahead of their clawing hands. Moments later, furious Lagafaith erupt from the pool. Alright, hi guys. Welcome. Have you considered, dying? What are our feelings about that? We vaporized the first one already. Well done. Us. Disengage, yes, good. It's both of us. Spam this. Damn, that one just died, okay. Sahwa, Ader, you look fine, Mana, get over here. Yeah, the Lagafaith are not really the threats in this cave, so. Great fishman death, though. Well done.
Certainly.
Okay. Deeper in. It's pretty lineage-based. This is a ranged type, so getting close to it should help. And it went for Zahwa, which is a terrible mistake on its part. Zahwa? There we go.
I'm here.
One Eyeless, not a big problem. 3 to 4 Eyeless, a big problem. A lot of water. Ah, that would be the real big crystal, huh?
Maybe I should do this. Perhaps that's why Andred led me to you after all.
Yeah, Andred didn't want to do this until 2 seconds ago, but okay. A ridge overlooks a broad chamber half flooded with lake water. You could crawl down this way, but it looks too steep and slick to climb back up. Well. Okay, I still have camping supplies and we're in good shape, so yeah, let's go. Man, that's one ugly bastard. The army of Eyeless did seem a little too easy. That's one ugly bastard right there. I don't suppose we got our artillery back. That's a no. Why not? I'd like my artillery, please. Oh, the tentacles teleport. That's fun. Now, here's our question. Do we think the tentacles are finite, as in there's only 4 of them, or do they just respawn infinitely until we kill the big kraken? I have no clue. But I'm gonna find out. If they are fighting, I'm gonna take them out first. So far, I only see the 4. But they might just respawn once they're killed. Honestly, if they don't, this won't be that bad. But if they do, then it will very much be bad. Okay, there's the last one. No respawning so far. We haven't caused any damage to the actual Kraken by hurting its tentacles, though. The devil's almost dead already. Yeah, actually get both of those in that arc. Let's both cast some of this. If they don't respawn, this is going to be the last good opportunity for Chain Lightning anyway. Casting Chain Lightning when we're in the water, by the way, seems like generally just a broadly poor idea, but I don't think it actually backfires. Oh. Why the hell did this turn into a wicked? Sahwa killed it. I don't... Whatever. Welcome, Wicked. Let's go kill the Kraken. No tentacle respawns so far. We'll see how that sticks. Devil, you might want to hit that Envenom Strike real quick. Done. Nope, too late. Well, we tried.
Down!
Wicked, you should contribute just best you can, eh? Okay, he's not even hurt. Although... you think this works? Probably not. Nope, the Kraken is prone, so that worked, actually. Flawlessly. How do we feel... how do we think it's going to do against... this kind of damage? I don't know, but I see no reason not to unload everything I got on the Kraken. Oh damn, that hurt pretty bad. More level 8 spells. It's dead. Oh, but here come the Eyeless. Though on the bright side, I killed it before the Eyeless could properly interfere. Is there just one, or are there more? Just one would have been a big problem while we were still fighting the Kraken, but there's 2. Alright, you know what? You're a little late, guys. A little late to the party. You're still gonna be a big problem, but we can probably handle it. Okay, well, Aloth's about to die, so that's gonna make it much worse. This is all burn damage, right? Yeah, that does nothing. This is my best shot at actually heavily damaging them, but... it misses a lot. That does work. It just doesn't hit them that hard. Freeze damage actually worked, right? Got engaged, apparently. It'd be nice if I could see the arcs for all of these. Never really frenzied mana, huh? Get it, knock it down. Nice. Now let's cast... let's get right up close and personal and cast this freeze damage spell right in its face. Unneeded. Okay. Well, that wasn't so bad. Based on the victorious music, I think we won. Well done, us. Now we're all going to die killing this army of Eyeless. Interesting. I can't really go into the deeper waters.
Yes?
Seems like no. So what's up with the glowy crystal? I mean, we know what's up with it, but how do we, An enormous crystal juts from the wall like a spearhead protruding from a wound. An army of reflections stares back at you from the crystal's perfect facets. It echoes the sound of your footsteps in soft, ringing hums. Someone will have to take up Abaddon's hammer and strike the crystal. And Andra warned that whoever does so will be buried in this place with the Eyeless. Oh god, I can just summon the ogres and do it. Oh, poor ogres. You know what? Devil of Cayron, because she has the best chance of surviving, and because I care the least about her. But she also doesn't need to breathe, and she's not invulnerable to crush damage, but I feel like she has by far the best chance of being fine.
And I used to say I never got picked for anything.
Look, you're a mass murderer anyway, just do it. Devil of Cayron hefts the hammer and swings it at the crystal. A perfect, clear tone rings through the air and resonates through your teeth. Seconds later, ripples shiver through the water. Something big is coming. Devil of Cayron lifts the hammer again and gives you a final nod. You scramble out of the flooded cavern and flee through the tunnels. Devil of Cayron continues hammering at the crystal, each strike magnifying the last. The echoes build into physical tremors. Meanwhile, a heavier rhythm pulses through the cave. Footsteps, dozens of them. You round a corner only to see a line of Eyeless advancing. The creatures stagger to the rhythm of the hammer thuds below, yet they crane their necks towards you, ratcheting back their piston arms. Well, we don't have any good options, so let's dodge. You barrel through the monsters. Why did that work? Fortunately, the creatures are too focused on the hammering to give chase. They continue toward the cavern. Devil of Cayron maintains a steady tempo on the crystal. Eyeless gather in the cavern where they batter the walls in time with the hammer's rhythmic blows. The ground shakes. Falling rocks and shattering crystals splash to the ground. You flee through dark, rumbling corridors. More spellbound Eyeless shamble along, but they're too entranced by the swelling cadence to take more than an idle swipe at you. It wasn't really that far back up to get out of here. The tunnel narrows. Light filters through ahead. The exit must be around the next bend. It's clogged with rubble. Meanwhile, the ground drops several feet at once and the tunnel begins rolling on its axis. The distant sound of rushing water echoes from the cavern. Love how just having a pry bar is sufficient to get through here. Let's have frenzy and smash it. Yeah, her. Fury descends and fills Manaha's body with desperate, violent strength. Manaha bashes a path through the rubble. The moon shudders again. You escape onto the ice just as another thunderous crash sounds from below. Eyeless continue pouring into the cavern from every visible tunnel and crevice. Devil of Cayron's ears ring at the ever-growing cacophony of smashing rock and shattering crystal. Meanwhile, the water level is rising. A skull-splitting crack rends the air, and a surge of water knocks Devil of Cayron from her feet. The entire cavern rotates, plunging Devil of Cayron into a freezing soup of jagged metal, torn flesh, and stone. See, unless she hits a really big rock, she's fine. You dash across the lake. The ice squeals and crackles, rocking dangerously underfoot. The sinking moon groans. Long fissures race across the ice. Catacol's freezing rank it is. Then you have to have the highest level ice spell for this, huh? It's gonna be... Surely it should have been me. Maybe I'm out of it, actually. Maybe we needed to keep spell slots. Interesting. Oh, a spectral hand sweeps the ice in front of Aloth. The ice sheets knit back together, holding just long enough for a safe crossing. At last, you reach the safety of the shore. In the middle of the lake, only the tip of the moon is visible above the lake. You watch in silence as it sinks into the depths. The Devil of Cayron trudges along the lake bottom. She feels neither the cold nor the lack of air. In fact, if it weren't for the murk, it would almost be a pleasant stroll. As it is, the water makes her movements infuriatingly slow, and by the time the fourth speckleback comes to nip at her shining fingers, she's ready to murder someone. Oh, devil. She crawls out of the lake, cursing and shaking the water out of her joints. Well done. That's one Eyeless army removed. You stand at the edge of the lake. I never used the ogres, actually. The bobbing of the ice and rippling of the water's surface slows until you're looking at a moment frozen in time. When the world begins moving once more, it moves in reverse. What's that now? The surface of the water churns and roils like it's about to spew something up. And it does. The fragment of Yoni Brathir rises, unbroken. Ice reforms across the surface of the lake, spreading in long, freezing fingers. Eyeless file out of the moon fragment and onto the ice. They wind around the moon in an ever-widening spiral. Okay. They stop as the head of their line reaches you. They speak in a single voice that resonates with grinding metal and hissing steam.
We shatter and sink, discarded like worn tools. Why have you consigned us to oblivion?
Oh. Are these their souls? You would have killed many innocent people.
We do not cherish violence, but we will fight to defend the legacies of this world.
The Eyeless stand tall, ratcheting their arms back.
In one hand a hammer, in the other a mace. We protect the greatest works of civilization, lest it collapse beneath its own weight.
You know, it is rough because they were actually good guys before Andra took them over, I'm pretty sure. So why'd you storm Durgan's battery 200 years ago? Their protest is as sharp as squealing metal.
We would sooner sacrifice our own bodies than dislodge a single stone from such a place. Why do you torment us with baseless accusations?
I think Andra has changed you guys, I'm afraid. I'm happy to put the blame on the goddess. Nothing bad about it. The Eyeless are still, but you hear their gears whir as their collective spirit ponders this.
Then we were betrayed.
Yes. Transformed against your will.
And we were made to betray something we cherish.
You feel their bitter agony like a hammer strike. You mean the legacy of the Young Withens?
The bedrock of civilization.
Suddenly they attack the ice beneath them, slicing and shattering it with mighty swings from their iron arms. And where the ice breaks, ancient towers rise, blotting out the blue sky and white peaks. What is this?
Each culture builds on the bones of the last. Yet many only look up at where they would go, never down at the foundations that bear them.
Okay.
Like a mason who builds a listing tower.
The remaining ice sheet cracks and groans.
What peril do they inflict on their progeny? And what dishonor on their forebears?
You hear the strain of crumbling stone in the voice of the Eyeless. Think it unwise to forget the past? Well, I agree.
It is unwise to douse a lamp in darkness, to cut the legs from a table. This forgetting is suicide, heresy.
Alright.
Every advance in the crafts and institutions of Kith was forged by skill and sacrifice.
You feel these words and the anger behind them in your bones.
A people cut off from their history will wither, and they deserve no less.
What do you suggest then?
To pull the blinders from the eyes of gods and Kith. That is why we must return to ourself and restore Abidan.
What do you mean, return to yourself?
When Ioni Brotha fell, Abidan lost much. His will to preserve, the memory of how and why he died. But he built us with fragments of his own soul. In returning, we can restore what was taken from him.
You speak as if history... Okay. We gotta be careful here. Because I'm pretty sure... Okay, these are our most obvious two options. if we have them return to themselves, like, fundamentally, I think I would rather restore Abaddon if it comes down to that. But I think if he just returns to himself, he's probably just gonna start a war of the gods, which sounds like a bad idea, to be honest. Even though I don't fundamentally agree with Andra, but I'm not gonna make them refuse. Let's see here. You speak as if history were a guide, yet it doesn't always provide a good example.
Then do not look to it for one. History is not a moral force, but a set of facts. These facts show Kith where they have come from, and how to move forward.
The Devil's history has only perpetuated a cycle of bloodshed.
And how many others suffer adversity and rise above it?
The blind Megfolk turn to consider her.
Perhaps the problem you speak of lies not in our history, but in her.
Very plausible, honestly.
Hey, I'm standing right here.
Well, you talk about it in the abstract, but it's very personal, traumatic, transformative. The Eyeless are silent for a long time.
To be sundered in this manner is to change, violently. And simply knowing what was lost does not restore it. We understand something of this. Maybe so, but we would not cast history aside over one such example.
The Parkrunen were obsessed with the past. They died in the keep they'd built to honor it.
And their brethren have built a culture that stretches across Eora, all because they recognize the importance of their shared legacy.
Aye, and before you killed them, they nearly destroyed themselves, arguing over the meaning of that legacy.
Yet it drove them to create marvels. Could it have torn them apart with equal force?
You feel the Eyeless wrestling with this question, shifting and struggling under its weight.
We admit that history can become a hindrance. Even so, we must restore Abidan.
I think, perhaps memory is a burden even when the events and people it recalls are long. I don't actually agree with that, fundamentally. But I think I need to say it in order to get them to not just restore Abaddon.
Burdens strengthen the bearer, and they warn against repeated mistakes. Why would you discard them so hastily?
I'm awakened and I'm tormented by questions from a past life.
A rare opportunity, for you have the chance to answer them, to do things left undone.
The creatures raise their misshapen arms, and the voice of their souls is as deep and melodious as a bell. Sometimes moving on is how you move forward. Remaining stuck in the past isn't progress.
That presumes that some questions cannot be resolved.
The souls ponder this.
Yet such destructive memories are rare. Surely others are strengthened by retrospection, even amidst pain.
How about Manaha? She shouldn't have to suffer guilt. She chose to forget her past life, and it seems to have helped her, even though I don't agree with it.
Pleasing or no, that memory was a part of her. In surrendering it, she lost a part of herself.
I actually agree with them more than not, but...
The part that spent every waking hour obsessed with old history, perhaps. What I lost was a burden, and one that bent me over for years.
It would be better if Kith did not become trapped by guilt, sorrow, and shame. But we speak of what should be. You recognize what is. We confess that we had little understood how memory shapes and stunts Kith. Even so, we must restore Abidan.
Well... Let's see here. And I guess we gotta go for the last topic then. Perhaps Abaddon was meant to... I don't agree with that at all, actually, but, I think we have to talk them into not fully restoring Abaddon's memory. Something grinds and rumbles from the chests of the Eyeless. It's laughter.
A facile argument. One that defends stasis, not progress.
Okay. You know? You know what? I was gonna go... There's really only... I mean, there's 3 ways this goes, which are... We can restore Abaddon, we can not restore Abaddon, or we can, we can temper Abaddon. I'm not actually sure, it is, I guess, the best thing if I temper Abaddon, but you know what? I don't think I fundamentally agree with all this.
And we have listened.
You know what? Return to yourselves, be the god of preservation once more.
We shall see this world and its people restored.
Great wind shoves at your back. Your ears pop. You feel for a moment as if all the air is being sucked from the sky. Suddenly it ends and you're standing in the snow looking over Cayron's scar.
The Eyeless disappeared beneath the lake, their bond to Andra finally severed. With this threat ended, hope returned to the White March. Hunters returned to the wildernesses, and travelers to the roads. Tales of the Watcher's bravery replaced stories of monsters in the woods. The villagers of Stalwart busied their hands with work and their tongues with song, eager to seize on the promise of peace.
Alright. So that's, still gotta bless that hammer. A couple of other minor things. That's the key parts of White March 2 finished. Technically, the best ending is if you, temper Abaddon, but I feel it's just out of character with everything else I've argued over the course of the game, basically, to actually change Abaddon's memories. Even if it, even if it does cause problems, so we're gonna stick with what we've got, I think. In the Ixamidal Plains, Zokeen Lake is renowned for the beautiful flowers that grow along its banks for several weeks every spring. Local farmers harvest the flowers for a spring festival in all the nearby villages. In the past 3 years, 4 people have gone missing during the flower collections. No one's seen the abductions take place, but people in the area have reported hearing a high-pitched whistle from within the tall reeds. When the abductees are discovered days later on the shore of the lake, they appear to be happy and smiling, but unaware of the world around them. The blissful victims never recover from this state, most dying within a few weeks. Philosophers of the monastery near Zokeen Lake have advised local rulers to seek outside help with the problem. Okay, that actually seems like a grieving mother kind of thing, maybe. So, that's the bulk of White March 2 done. Next time, we're going to be wrapping up the side quests here, and then presumably heading for, well, bounties, side quests, etc. That might be one stream, but then after that it's going to be Burial Isle and the end of the game proper. No, wait, there's also, I forgot, there's this business too, so I mean, maybe probably only about 3 more streams worth of stuff, though. We are very much getting there. So in the meantime, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all have a nice evening. This is Sea Lord Janda, signing off.